to know you haven't been kind to Brad, but just try and pretend that you do love him and get it, not get it.
So you want us to lie?
Sensitive of his age now.
Look, just be economical with the truth.
Got you.
Well, Brad, I'm a little bit concerned because I thought we had a bond, and now that you're in that category of the 50s and above, I'm looking to my right here, and I can see that George obviously gets gifts and Colin gets gifts, but
We don't.
yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
You're already gifted. Well, seeing as the old people are struggling to remember what they're going to say, Bradley, I'll start. Just come a bit closer to the camera because I know that your hearing is going to be a bit of a problem. Hopefully you can see all right. I know it's tough when you get old, but it's really a pleasure to, just to wish you on your 50th, Brad. And good news for December is we've managed to get you a very special discount on the water aerobics at the old age home up the road here. So they're looking forward to having you there as well. And even better news is we've got you and Ez on the waiting list at the retirement village. So, things are looking good in your old age. And I'll hand over to some of the other guys who agreed to say something kind, and they'll come back to me later.
How's it, Brad? Well done on your 50th. Unlike Colin, I don't give you any disregard about that. But what I have done in the process of you coming here in December, all ladders have been taken away because we're just so scared about people that are over 50 that climb up ladders. George, stop it. And the other great thing is we've decided as a special 50th birthday present to give you George. So he's be coming home with you after December.
Yay!
Thank you very much, George, for going to China.
Thanks, Pepe.
Yes. Anyway, let me hand over to George. I'm sure he's going to tell you all about his trip to China and his new living there.
Yeah. Thank you, Pepe. Colin says I look like one of these African dictators, so I'm starting to feel like one now. Sorry, I carried a log off the beach, so I've got quite a big sore on my back, Brad. That's the only reason I did that.
It's called old age, George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brad, I want to actually get serious.
Yeah, whatever.
So no, I'm being dead serious. Because on your 50th birthday, Brad, I know that in your 50 years that you've been alive, there's been many people that your life has kind of crossed. But there's one life in particular, and that's mine, that I just wanted to thank you, Brad. I wouldn't be sitting here today in this company if it wasn't for your faithfulness. At the time that you and Ez were here, there's no mistake that you guys were here at that particular time. When I came back into the kingdom, if I had seen anyone other than you at the pulpit, my mindset and my heart was so not in a place to accept anything to do with anything that was religious. And I came into the church on that particular day, and I was just, everything was kind of fighting against me being there. And I walked in, and Cindy and I sat right at the back with Sean and Debbie Dodd, and I'm sure you remember them. And unbeknown to me, you were praying for me, and I know that story. But the minute I came in, there was just something that registered with my heart in such a deep and sincere way, and God knew exactly what the link needed to be in my life. And that link was you, and I know that you're only human, and there are times where we actually need to say this to one another, and I have never said it to you, and on your 50th, I think it's probably important for me to say it to you, because I don't know how many years you got left after 50, so I want to say it now, just in case there's not too much longer left, and I'm going to regret not saying it before. But Brad, just following in your footsteps, coming into the kingdom at that particular stage, just watching how you live life with Jesus. It was the most amazing thing for me to witness, because I hadn't up until that point seen anyone like that. And you broke my mindset of what church is, of what it is like to have a relationship with Jesus. And for the first time, there was something inside of me that came so alive. And I just want to thank God for you today. Thank you that you are who you are. Thank you for the difference that you made in my life. I miss you in a huge way. You might not say that because I don't keep in touch with you a lot, but we're friends where if we don't see each other for 4 years, when we do see each other, we pick up from where we left off. And I really appreciate friendships like that because they're low maintenance. And I just want to say, and I know you're not a huggy, kissy kind of guy, But I just want to say from George to Brad, Brad, I love you so much. I really genuinely, and from the bottom of my heart, as a brotherly love, I want to say I love you so much. And just thank you for being Brad, who God made you, and for the difference that's made in my life. Thank you. Lance, maybe you want to take over from now?
Thank you, George. Thank you. Well, Brad, obviously you've touched George's life in a really special way. But I know that you and I have this real special bond. And, you know, I'll never look at saying things just off the cuff ever again, like, is there any reason the water is still in the bath, Brad? Because my life has changed since then, and you know, I get nervous every time there's a breeze in the room, and I just want to thank you for that, Brad. And yeah, George is a softie. That's all I can say. But Brad, yeah, you're in the big leagues now. I know everybody told you that life starts at 40. They were right. It's all downhill from here. So you're now over the hill, and yeah, but we're having fun. Yeah, wheelchairs, rocking stools, things like that. But all's good, man. All's good. I hope you have an awesome day, and yeah, we can't wait to see you.
Well, after that, I suppose I'm going to say something nice as well. Thanks, guys.
No problem. No problem.
No, I forgot to press record.
Well, thanks, Jen.
Great.
How are we going to replay all of that?
We've all forgotten what we were supposed to say. Brad, I think there's two things that are a hallmark of my friendship with you. The first is your love for God, which is an amazing thing. Not always what you say, but it's what you do that makes my heart so in love with God as well. Because whatever you do is a true reflection of what you believe and what you say. There's never ever a differentiation between those, and that is something that is truly amazing, because a lot of Christians that I learned to get to know when I was young weren't like that, and that's what you taught me. You say exactly the same thing according to the will of God, and that's something that you do in your life. And the second thing is your zest for life. You are full of fun, you're always laughing no matter how serious the situation is. And you've taught me that even in difficult situations, you can turn that around and make it something very, very pleasurable, because God is with you and helping you through. So when you say something in church and everybody bursts out laughing, and I remember those times, something was deposited in my heart through that laughter, which will never ever go away. And I want to thank you for that. And the last thing I want to say is, carry on being you. Don't let anyone tell you any different.
Not even is.
Not even is.
Especially is, Brad.
You are who you are. You're a fantastic pastor because you Brad the pastor. You're not somebody else. Just carry on being who you are. And something that I really, really cherish about you. Now I'm going to hand over to Colin.
Yeah, well, thanks, guys. Putting me on the spot. I could say something nice as well. But actually, it's not hard to say something nice about Brad. And the old age home did quite well, actually, next door to me here. So well done, guys. Quite impressive. But Brad, yeah, 50 not out. You've made the half century. And I think it's been characterized by some really good shots. There have been a couple of close moments, as we know. But you're only halfway there, so keep going. And like Pepe said, you know, you've got a dream, and just keep following that dream. You write the headlines of your life. Doesn't matter what the story is, just be true to yourself. And we know what a blessing that has been to us and many people here. And be yourself, and don't be afraid to be yourself. And don't be afraid to laugh at the Americans. I think it's very healthy for them. Even though they are the superpower. Actually, no, they're not anymore. China's the new superpower. Yes. But don't go easy on them. Make lots of fun of them, and we support you in that. And we love you lots, Brad. See you in December, buddy.
Just hold on, Brad. China wants to say something.
It's broken. It's made in China.
Yeah, it's made in China. Sorry, he doesn't want to say anything. It's fine.
Brad, sorry, man. I know. Ever since Pippi fell off the ladder, you've been talking to stuff. So,
but at least they talk back.
He keeps telling me he hears voices.
Yeah, Brad.
And I'm saying that's Wendy.
Just one more thing, Brad. It was a Chinese ladder, by the way.
And his new favorite board game, Snakes and Ladders.
Brad, I've had this all year. Please come back soon, because you're the only one that held me up. All of that stuff. I'm sorry I didn't speak to you when you spoke to me, by the way. I didn't know you were there.
That wasn't one of the voices that you heard.
Brad, one last thing. Don't buy Chinese hearing aids. See, they're not so good. We recommend the Swiss ones.
Anyway, happy birthday, Brad.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Brad.
birthday, Bradley.
Brad. Well done.
We're going to start our bra now.
Fat steaks.
That was a good one, guys. Well done.